All right, hi, and I want to welcome everybody to our first ever episode of Built Different. And this is a series where we meet with entrepreneurs of every different walk of life and we see exactly how and why they're built different. This is a story, this is a series that is totally for them. I am completely non biased and I have nothing to do with anything but ask the questions. So today, our first guest is Miss Purdy and I'm going to let her introduce herself, and then we are going to jump right into it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Miss Purdie, and I'm the owner of AGP Pearls Fashion Boutique for men and women, and it's for small to plus size. And this is just a pleasure to be able to be here and to share my story today.
I love it. So one thing I did, I already sent you kind of an interview question, some interview questions. And so what I did from those questions that I sent you, I formed a series of questions. And we're going to know everything about Miss Purdy. We're going to know everything about AGP and pearls by the time we walk out of here. So all of your new old clients and new will know everything about everything when they walk in these doors. So we're going to jump right into it. And my first question is what did your life look like before fashion?
Wow. It's funny that you asked that question. My life looked pretty insecure. Low self-esteem issues. Um, didn't think that I look good or feel good about myself. I was just very quiet and just not outgoing as I should have been, but I dealt with a lot of low self esteem issues before fashion.
Okay, and what did that feel like for you, being in that place?
I felt like an outcast all through middle school and high school. You know, you I was a straight up and down girl, so I just had long hair and I was skinny as a broomstick. And but I knew I wasn't like I wouldn't say I never felt like I was ugly, but I just felt like I didn't fit in.
Gotcha. Okay. And when did fashion become more to you than just clothes?
When I created my own signature style, I changed my appearance. I changed. I didn't get surgery for one, but I changed my appearance. And create a signature style for myself that made me feel comfortable. And when I did that, I started getting compliments. I would just go to the grocery store. I would just go shopping. I can just be out, maybe go out to eat, and I was getting compliments on top of compliments everywhere I went. And so I was like, wow, okay, never had that many compliments my whole life. So it just made me feel like maybe I'm doing something. I'm doing that's changing me that people can see me now.
Mm. So once you started to be seen, or once you felt like you were seen, what did you do next?
The next thing I did, I continued to change my entire wardrobe. I went in my closet and got rid of all of those ugly clothing, and I went on ahead and brought everything that I know that was me. Like this made me feel good when I put it
Mm.
on. I know I look good when I put it on, and so I said I want to start a business.
Mm. And at what moment did you realize this was your purpose?
I realized that once I started the business and I started doing personal styling, and I had to build, when you start a business, you got to build your customer base. And then also you have to be the product of the product.
Mm.
And so when I started doing that and I had people asking me, hey, can you help me put something together? Can you help style this and put this together for me? And that's when I knew right then and there that my business had to be based on that. It had to be based on personal style. It had to be based on me boosting people confidence and self-esteem. So when they walk in the door, I have so many men and women who are going through that, and I had to help them build that up. But it all was through fashion.
And what did you do to overcome to get here?
Um, I just had to keep telling myself that I am enough, um, that I am beautiful, I'm different,
Mm.
and it's okay to be different because I just knew that I was an outcast. Even in my family, even just with my friends, all of them used to say it was something different about me. But I didn't know that by me thinking I was an outcast, I didn't look at it that way as me being different in a unique way. And so with that, it just I had to realize like I am fearfully and wonderfully made. There is something different about me, and it's a reason why. And didn't realize that God was leading me into a direction to help other people feel good and look good through fashion.
What was the hardest moment of your journey?
My hardest moment was trying to tell my story. This is really crazy because even though there are, it's not enough people who know my story. I started my business off through friends and family. They knew what they know what I dealt with, but I never told my story enough. And so that was the hardest part is trying to get out there and tell people. Because when I tell somebody that, hey, I was a young girl who dealt with low self esteem issues. I was a girl who didn't think boys would like me, because I was a tomboy. I played basketball. I wore big t-shirts and jeans and
Right.
tennis shoes to try to cover myself. But when I tell people that, they like, you have low self esteem issues. You had low self esteem issues. I'm like, yes. So that was one of the hardest things trying to tell people this really was going on. Like that's what was going on with me mentally and physically, but they just could not believe it.
Because you're so bubbly.
Yes,
Because they saw this.
yes,
They didn't see
yes,
inside Miss Purdie.
yes,
And so they had no idea how fearful you were on the inside,
yes,
but you were still moving on the outside.
yes,
Did you ever want to quit?
yes, yes.
And what did you gain in that moment that made you not
I gained more clients, more people that I can help. And when they kept giving me, I'm gonna be honest, it was the feedback.
quit?
It was the feedback. Because it was times I would sit on my bed and like, you know what, I don't want to go to the boutique today. I don't want to deal with nobody. I just want to let all this go. I just want to put everything on sale and just let everything go. I had those moments because I had lost my mother right before I started my business. And so with that, it was just a lot going on. I just kind of like gave up on it. But it was like, okay, you know what? A friend or a customer will text me a picture like at that moment, and they was like, "Look, I have on my outfit. I feel so confident, and I'm getting ready to go to dinner with my husband." Like, and they'll tag me on Facebook, and those were the moments that made me say, "April, you have a purpose. God has given you this vision and told you to run on with it. You can't give up." So those were the moments every single time I felt like I wanted to quit. It was like, I don't know, God would show me something.
Like you're
Somebody
not
would
closing
text
the
me,
door.
yeah,
So he wouldn't even allow you to close the door.
no, no. I mean, seriously, it's been times I just really wanted to just, oh, my husband can be a witness. It has been many times where I've just said, I'm just done.
And but you're still here.
I'm still here.
So that means almost like in a marriage when when they say what God put together can't no
No
man
man.
tear
Hmm.
apart.
Yep.
And that's whether it's love. That can go for love
Yes.
and business.
Yes.
Because you're married to this.
Yes.
You in it.
Yeah.
And they said you ain't going nowhere.
No, no.
It said, girl, stop playing. You're not going nowhere. So what makes AGP Pearls different from other boutiques?
I think what's different about my boutique is that it is more personal.
Hmm.
I like to get to know my customers. We actually become friends, brothers, sisters, however you want to look at it. I know your birthday. I'll text you happy birthday. Like it gets very personal. And I always check on them. I want to see how you're doing. It's not about you coming to shop with me, but I want to check and see how everything's going with you because again, my purpose is to make sure that you feeling confident about yourself and everything that you're not dropping down into no low self esteem issues anymore. you're walking in your purpose. You know what your purpose is. So that's what I think is different about my boutique is that HB Browns is we personal. We
Hmm.
become family. Once you get locked in with me, we family, and I want to make sure you good always.
What experience do you want people to have? And you pretty much just answered it.
Yeah.
When they walk in, like what's
Oh, I love that question. Customer service is everything. Great customer service. I tell people all the time, we always selling stuff. We buy Michael Kors, we buy Louis Vuitton, and we can walk in the grocery store and you're gonna sell that purse because they say, oh, I like that purse. Oh, you can go right over to Sagastine Outlet. You sold it. But with me, you come in here, it's for one, you probably gonna get some food. You're gonna get a little wine. You're gonna get a thank you. You're gonna the way I give you your bag, I don't stand behind the counter. I bring it out to you. Like it's so many different things that I do. I check on you. You don't have to carry your clothes to the dressing room. I carry them for you. But when you go to dealers, they're not gonna give you
that
a
is
glass of wine, and they definitely not gonna give you no hors d'oeuvres.
right? And if you do, you're spending two hundred thousand
You're
dollars
gonna
in the
spend
store. Exactly.
$200,000 and you don't get nothing. But thank you. Have a great day.
What does styling mean to you beyond just clothes?
It is creativity. It is who you are as a person. It shows your creativity. It shows your personality. And it shows your strength. And that's what I love about fashion. Like it can be so many things of who you are all around as a person.
What does it mean to you to help others through fashion?
It means a good deal because I know what I went through. I know what I went through. I know how I was feeling. I think when you are personal with somebody and what you're doing and you know what your purpose is in life, um, it can change people in a way like they never have been before. Like it can put them in a place. Like I would just say, just me. Like I was young. It put me in a whole nother area. Like I never ever thought that I would even like put on heels or do makeup or I thought that was just too much. Like, but when I started being who I was with fashion, it just made me um, like feel good about myself every day. Like nobody else can tell me nothing. So that's my thing is letting people know like nobody else can tell you nothing. Nobody can say, "Oh, you're ugly, you're skinny, you're fat." No, you're not. You are who God created you to be. But guess what? You're gonna dress appropriate and in style of your shape, your color, whatever it is, I'm gonna make sure that you look good in that and you're gonna feel good about yourself when you walk out. You're not gonna be the same person that you was before you walked in this door when you walk out.
So you have a way of telling somebody, baby, I'm gonna show you how to be sexy without being.
Overly like, out of you some people for somebody to say, oh, why she have that on? No, you're gonna still be sexy, but it's gonna be appropriate for your size, your age, your who you are as a person, your personality. I would say personality. So we want to make sure it fits you. That's the difference about fashion. You want it to, like when you see me, you gonna say, okay, I can kind of see what she does and who she is and what she's about
Through her,
through your through.
and you're gonna help pull all of that
Yes,
together.
yes.
I love it. Out of everything that you have accomplished, what are you most proud of?
I am very proud that I feel like well I know I'm not gonna say that I feel I know that I have broke generational curses in my family. Oh man, I've done my own research and maybe somebody can come and let me know. But for the past 20, 25 years, I don't know anybody in my family who successfully owned a business.
Mm.
I think everybody in my family worked a job. We had people who went to college, got a career job, but as a business owner, I cannot find anyone that I know except for my one of my oldest brothers who actually had a business.
Mm.
who left their job and worked their business full time like I did.
And this is your baby.
Yes, this is my baby. I did it for 4 years, just like no job, but now I do work part time now, but still, like I, this is my
This is
baby.
your baby. When did you realize you were built different? Because you said it earlier. You said it earlier, but when did you realize that you were built different?
When I knew that after the third year I was still here, and I didn't give up. I didn't give up. I know I have a lot of family members who they'll start something, but they like it then eventually it goes away. But I didn't give up. I didn't give up,
Your
and
true
that's when I
purpose.
knew that this really was my purpose. Like God had already showed me, like I couldn't even go nowhere. And so I tell people today, like I had somebody come to me and say, "Hey, why would you leave your job and start your business?" Like literally had somebody come and ask me that, and I said, "Because you can't see what God had for me. You can't see my vision. Only I can see that."
And what makes you different than every anybody else that's in this same space?
I would say the vision that God gave me and
Right.
my purpose is true purpose. I don't sell, I serve.
Mm.
So that's what makes me different. Um, I tell people that all the time, and I learned that from my mentor. Even when him mentoring me, he used to tell me like, "Hey, like it's different. It's real different about your boutique." And he told me, "You don't sell, you serve." So that's what's different about HB Pearls.
What what mindset? What is the mindset that you have that others don't?
I would probably say knowing your worth. Also knowing your I'm gonna say I'm sorry, knowing your why.
Ooh,
Knowing your why. Because when you know your why, every day you get up, it's not gonna be hard for you to because when it's your vision, it's a gift that God has given you, it's not hard for you to do it. And you're gonna want to get up every morning and do it. It's not gonna be, oh, I'm tired today. I don't feel like doing this today. No, you're gonna want to do it. So it's knowing your why. Why you doing what you're doing? Because I know I have impacted so many lives, and that's my main goal is to continue because we get new people every day. New generation coming in, it's gonna always be somebody else new coming in, somebody else new being born, somebody else new coming into this world. So I know that there's an opportunity for me to continue to keep going until God tell me to stop.
if someone watching this right now feels lost, right down, what would you tell
I would tell you for one, write your vision down. When God gives you something, it's in the word. Write your vision down. He said, write it down and make it plain. Um, write it down. Write your goals, but you can't. A lot of people are sitting on it. They're sitting on their gifts. They're sitting on their talents for years and never make a move. If you make the best cookies in the world, everybody in your family is begging you to bake these cookies, but you haven't taken it out there and showed it to other people, and you can become a millionaire. That's just like KFC
off of
started
one cookie?
one cookie. KFC started frying chicken in his kitchen. I read the story, and now it's KFCs everywhere. So you have to make sure that you don't sit on your gifts and your talents because it can your gifts can make room for you and it can open doors for you and it will take you places that you've never been before. So I would say don't give up, don't give in, don't be afraid. That was one of my biggest things, fear.
Mm. What scared you?
just getting myself out there. I was afraid that people will tell me no. I was afraid that people would turn me down. I was very afraid that my business plan wouldn't work.
What does walking in your purpose look like right now for you today?
It it's like joy. I would say joy is joy because when I look back like over my whole life, and I'm like, wow, April, you came a long ways. You really have came a long ways. I never ever in a million years thought that I would be where I'm at right now. Never. I really thought that I was just gonna work, go to school, and finish high school, and just go get a job and just try to make ends meet. Never thought that, because I never had nobody teach me business in my family, so I had to learn how to network. Never knew what networking was until I met business people, and I started putting myself in a space of people who was higher than me, people who had more than me, and I learned from that.
And that opened doors.
And it opened doors. It opened my eyes to see like I beat myself up about it all the time, but I know I have to forgive myself too because I'm like, if I knew this at 18 with the drive that I had, which I still got my drive, but it's different when you get older. But if I knew what I knew now at 18, man.
Yeah. So I see you on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram all the time with your baby.
Yeah.
Where does she fit in?
Oh, this she's like a little mini me. It's crazy. She's like a mini version of me of who I am now though.
I love it.
Yeah, because she loves that. She's very outspoken, out like she's just like a like my twin. She's like my twin.
I love it. I love it. Well, April, Miss Purdy,
Yes, ma'am.
that's all the questions that I have. You have answered all of my questions with so much grace and elegance. I can't wait to see what happens to you next.
Wow.
Like, I can't wait to be one, your new customer.
Yes,
I can't wait to see what's next. Um, you are most definitely built different. Uh, I can see it. I can hear it. Uh, when you talk, it's so funny because it's like I've said that same thing.
mm-hmm.
I've said that.
Yeah.
That's where I am now. I know
Yeah.
what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Uh, so with that being said, like I said, you are most definitely built different. A part of this series is when I started this in one night, right? I was watching a talk show. I can't remember who I was watching, and I said I want to talk to people, but I don't want to talk to famous people.
Yeah.
I want to talk to people in the community. I want to talk to everyday entrepreneurs, everyday people that are built different, not the ones that are built different for TV.
Yeah.
I want to see those ones that really got it out the mud, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I did that, that same night, I was on chat and I said, well, when I after I interview these people, I want to give them something. I want to be able to be different, right?
Yeah.
So I got these bracelets made, and they say 100% built different.
Oh wow.
Uh, and I want to give this to you
Wow.
because you are most definitely built different. You're most definitely built different material. And I thank you for your time. We're not done yet because we're in a fashion house.
Yes.
I want to be styled by this Purdie. I have lost 80 pounds
Wow.
since August of last year. So it's all the new this, right? I bought this last year. And when I first bought it, I'll show you pictures off camera. I was busting out of this like a can of busted biscuit.
Wow.
And when I say it was
Yeah, yeah.
I was one of those. Now she know better, but I liked it. I was like, but I can
That's
fit it.
yeah.
But yes, so we're gonna have Miss April style me. This conversation has been beautiful. I can't wait for it to air,
Yes, me too.
and then we'll go from there.